Hi guys, it's Chris here with selfmadenewbie.com, and today I want to take you through a couple of marketing and copywriting strategies that people use really everywhere. I mean, once you learn these, you're going to start noticing them, but more so, these are used especially to dupe people into buying, products that are just garbage. And because the products can't speak for themselves, these are some techniques used by marketers in copywriting to try and make a product seem better than what it is, and they really have to rely solely on triggering your emotions rather than actually offering you a good product. So let's dive into a couple of these techniques, a couple of these cognitive biases that are used and triggered so you can develop that sixth sense. So the first thing you have to look out for is a very easy and simple, sexy, push button vibe to the entire copy. Now, a lot of marketers who sell scammy products do this. In fact, check out this video really quickly.
They compulsively buy these products thinking that they are making progress in their business when obviously they're not. And unfortunately, there's not much that we can really do about this except to keep supplying these people with stuff that they want, which is new products, brand new methods, brand new products, brand new shiny objects.
So that is a popular product vendor on Warrior Plus and affiliate marketer who's used to launch jacking and shilling a lot of products that don't work. And that's him really just advocating to his students that it does actually work, and he's advocating that you should use these certain methods or those particular strategies that he said, easiness, sexiness, in order to dupe people into buying those kinds of shammy products. Here on the screen is an example. One-click multi-channel app drives free traffic. Free traffic is something that is very hard to come by, so whenever you see something like that, I would really dive into exactly where it's coming from. Most of the time, if you look over my past couple of reviews, they just add in a section to the app where you can share on social media, and that's not traffic. Unless you have millions of followers on your social media, that's not free traffic. 26 seconds, that makes us $51 an hour. So they've made it super easy. You can just get free traffic, you can get it quickly, and you can make this much money every hour. People tend to just buy into that. There's something called the authority bias, which we can kind of transition to. And when you have something that looks professional, or you have someone who is sort of an authority figure, it doesn't even matter where they're an authority figure. If they say something, then our emotions, we just automatically tend to believe it. This is why news stations get celebrities on to talk about issues. Like, if you're an actor, you might be a great actor, but you don't necessarily know about politics. But if you talk, because of that authority bias, you still have the power to sway people purely because of who you are. Now, while the people behind this product, they're not famous, they have made everything look professional. They've got the professional video here. They're very just forthcoming with their claims. Like, they're making such big claims that it's almost like you think, who would make claims like that if it wasn't true? Because they're just so polarizing, and you tend to want them to be true, so they become true in your mind. So that's another one there, authority bias. Most products are set up like this. You'll usually see it in the heading. Affiliate Millionaire is back. How we generated over $1,493,482.70 in 2021 using a new method. Okay, again, exactly the same layout, different product. Looks very professional, so that authority bias is also triggered, and they're triggering that kind of easy one-click vibe to their copy. Another common thing you'll see are words like blueprint, formula, systems put into the title of these products, because what you think is, okay, it's systematic, there's a formula. If I just know the formula, then I can make all that money as well. People want that. People believe that there's this logical answer that these people know, but you don't know. And it's really not the case. It's just like anything else. The reason they make money is because it's come from experience, trial and error, just the normal ways you get good at anything. It's not just the one kind of turnkey thing, this click that just happens overnight that people are hiding from you. But it is nice to believe that. It is nice to believe that, you know, they just have the answer, and if you can just grasp it, it seems obtainable, like there's just one answer to all of your problems. So beware of things called system, formula, blueprints. People do like to put these words in to make you feel that way. The next one is showing money amounts, like very specific numbers like this, $432.52 that they made today. Now, this is obviously taken from Warrior Plus. It's just that same table, and the green numbering, the green lettering is definitely from Warrior Plus, so anyone familiar with making money on there will know that. But these numbers are very easily faked. You can see on your screen right now, it's just a matter of going into Warrior Plus, right-clicking on the number, going to View Source, changing the number locally, hitting Enter, and then just taking a screenshot, and you have you don't even have to Photoshop it. A lot of people are out there saying, oh, you Photoshopped the amount of money. It's like, you don't need to Photoshop it. You can literally recode it in your own browser, so it is using the legitimate color, font, and everything that the web page is using. So you can create perfect looking numbers, in fact, without Photoshop. The next trick that is used is testimonials. Now, why are testimonials used? They are touching on what is called social proof. This is another cognitive bias that will get triggered in your brain. If something happens, we tend to look around and see what other people are doing. It's much more powerful for someone else to say something is good rather than you just saying, hey, this is really good. This thing that I made is really great. So that's why testimonials are employed. Now, if you look on your screen right now, very easy to create testimonials. You just go to this website, thispersondoesnotexist.com. You do a couple of refreshes, you take a couple of screenshots of these people's faces. These people don't exist, hence the website name. So, you know, no one's coming after you going, hey, why are you using my face on your testimonials? And they look great. I mean, it's an awesome website. And here you can see on these particular testimonials, I think this face looks a bit weird, but you can also see that, funnily enough, they all have the same background. Mike Smith, you know, maybe they just thought of that name off the top of their head, you know, just a thought. Same background is a little bit weird, and you know, I would challenge you next time when you are looking at testimonials, copy and paste the name. I mean, sure, you copy and paste Mike Smith, you go find it on Facebook. Something a little bit more unique, Molly Sanchez, maybe you can find her on Instagram or something like that. I'll tell you what, I bet you can't find them because, like the website, most testimonials, most claims of beta testers, they don't exist, okay? People who put marketing products out, they don't just go and get a bunch of beta testers. It costs money, you know, they're here to make money. The beta tester story, to me that doesn't make sense, and I don't believe that they're true. Another one is scarcity. You've probably seen this all over the place. Scarcity is represented in either, I know you go on hotel websites, they'll be like, 2 people are looking at this room right now, there's only 1 left, you need to book in the next 3 minutes to get this price, things like that. This is triggering a very strong cognitive bias in our brain called loss aversion. It's also similar, as I've said, people call it scarcity, but I think scarcity is not a cognitive bias in itself. I think the cognitive bias that is triggered is loss aversion, and you use scarcity to trigger loss aversion and to trigger also FOMO, the fear of missing out. If you say there are only 20 copies left, you know, and then you start saying, okay, there are only 15, there are only 10, there are only 7, there are only 3, FOMO is triggered within us. A lot of the time, our emotions don't make sense, but they do control us. So you've got to be wary, and you've got to be able to look at these and spot them logically, so you can consolidate that with your emotions and tell yourself, okay, you know, you can recognize it. If you've never been taught this information before, you're just going to see things like this and your emotions are going to take over. So this is the purpose of this video, is to help you to logically see it and recognize it so that you're not triggered by them. Another common thing you see is funnels. And this is hitting on something called the commitment consistency bias. And you can look all these biases up on Google. You know, they're real things. So funnels are used in the internet marketing space a lot, especially with these make money quickly kind of products. But you also see it at McDonald's, things like that. You go to McDonald's, you've committed, you know you want McDonald's for lunch, and you go and you order your meal, and then they say, well, do you want this? Do you want this? You've like committed. So you commit to one, and then you commit to the upsell, and then maybe you commit to the dessert. And it's easier to get the maximum amount of money from you over little increments than to hit you with like one bigger, higher price than you're expecting. So this only happens in a few places. McDonald's, it's kind of innocent. But in internet marketing, for some reason, it's perfectly accepted that when you buy a product, after all that copywriting on the sales page saying how great it is, they hit you with often 6, 7, 8 upsells. Now most people don't, as you go down the funnel, most people don't buy the 8th upsell, but they might buy 2 or 3. And if they keep getting hit with upsells through the buying process, maybe once they get to number 5, they might be like, well, I didn't buy 2, 3, and 4, so I should at least get maybe 5 and 6, just so I have that bit of extra. And you start feeling bad that because you only have the basic option, this is not going to work. So then again, you have this kind of FOMO feeling, and that might cause you to buy as well. And these people know this. They know that you're going to feel this way, which is why they do it. And it's perfectly normal, it seems, in this industry. Can you imagine signing up to, you know, legit places like Wealthy Affiliate, or, you know, Gmail or Instagram, for crying out loud, and you sign up for free, and then they're like, oh, by the way, there's 4 upsells that you probably need in order to really make this work. I mean, it'd be ridiculous. So that's another one. Look out. Now, the problem with this is these funnels, you can't usually see them, because on the front sales page, it just has that front end price, and then you're kind of surprised by the upsells. But I'm telling you right now, if you're buying a product that is coming from Warrior Plus or JVZoo, there's a 99.99999, maybe even 100, but I don't want to say 100. But there's a close to 100% chance there's an upsell. There's at least 3 or 4 upsells, okay? So be wary of that, because you can't see them off the sales page, and the fact that there is an upsell should really be a red flag, okay? That their primary motive is to just get the maximum amount of money out of you. The last one is a little bit more subtle, but it is a cognitive bias that people hit on, but usually the ones that I've mentioned are the ones used the most. But there are other subtle ones. One I found here is called the contrast bias. So rather than say to you, okay, this program is $10, if I say to you, this program is the same as 2 coffees, your emotions kick in and you start to think of 2 coffees, and you're like, well, I buy 2 coffees nearly every day, so I may as well just, I mean, this is just like buying 1 more. Okay, so that contrast bias is a lot more powerful than just giving you the price. So you can see it here. It's less than the price of a couple of cups of Starbucks coffee. So you'll see that a lot. Probably not as much as the others, but that is also, the person who wrote this did so intentionally and did so understanding the psychological effect that has on people. That is called the contrast bias, that people will also try and trigger. Now, putting all of these biases together, this is actually called the Lollapalooza Effect. And if you look up the 25 Cognitive Biases by Charlie Munger, who is Warren Buffett's business partner, he will actually say that he doesn't go to auction houses because in auction houses they hit you with the Lollapalooza effect. And the Lollapalooza effect is when you're getting a bunch of biases thrown at you at the same time. And he's basically admitted to himself that, you know, he's driven by his emotions, he's nothing special, and that the Lollapalooza effect will most likely affect him, and his logic will not really be able to stop it. So, something to keep in mind if the billionaire investor Charlie Munger is humble about the fact that he's affected by these things. I think we all can say that we're not exempt from being affected by them. So I hope that was a quick video. I just wanted to take you through, offer a bit of value. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Take care.